Bienvenido, aloha, and welcome builders to Foundation Lesson number 35. Miss Susan here, and as usual, thank you for spending a bit of time with me today doing fun activities. First things first, when was the last time you spoke to your best friend? Try giving them a call today or even writing them a letter. I got to talk to my best friend yesterday. It was so great to catch up and hear what's going on in her life now. All right, builders, today's lesson is all about communication. Do you know what the definition of communication is? Let's check it out together. Amazing! Communication is defined in the dictionary as the exchange of information. For us, communication is simply speaking to others in various ways. Every human on the planet communicates with other humans, whether it's by communicating face-to-face, calling someone on the phone, sending letters, typing an email, or messaging someone on a phone. We are all regularly connected with the people around us. There are also ways we can communicate differently. People in other countries speak different languages, and the hearing impaired communicate through sign language. Communication includes all of the ways we talk to others, including the tones we use. We use different tones, emotions, facial expressions, and gestures to express ourselves. Maybe you communicate how you feel through body language and facial expressions. I think communicating happiness looks like this. What do you think? Check out these other facial expressions and body language and see if you can guess what I'm trying to communicate. Oh, that was so fun! Facial expressions are certainly one way for us to communicate with each other. Can you think of another way you communicate with friends and family? Maybe you sit down at the dinner table every night to talk with your family. Maybe you yell at your sibling when they're not listening to you. Or maybe you write a note to your friend to communicate about your day. Sometimes when we communicate through a frustrated tone, it's hard for others to understand. It's important to figure out how we feel and communicate by using our I statements. Remember, we learned about I statements in lesson number 25 when we talked about cooperation. If you missed that lesson or need a refresher, you can always go back and watch it. We will also watch a video on I statements during the Learn It portion today. Let's talk about a few examples of communicating, my friends. I can think of one time my friend didn't want to play with me. I was so upset and I needed some alone time. After sitting down and thinking about it, I used my I statement and said, I feel hurt that you didn't want to play with me today because it made me feel like you don't want to be my friend anymore. She listened and she ended up apologizing. What are some ways that you use good communication skills? Was it when you were mad at your sibling for picking on you and asked nicely for them to please stop? How about when you raised your hand in class to ask a question because you were feeling confused about a hard math problem? Maybe it was when you had to ask your coach for extra help because you were struggling at practice. Communicating how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way is important, especially when you want others to understand. Here are a few things to remember about communication. Number one, there are many ways to communicate with people other than speaking. You can write a letter, wave hello, or even flash your smile. Even the small things can brighten someone's day. Number two, remember to be kind and positive when you communicate. Like in the Disney movie Bambi, Thumper's dad tells him, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Number three, communication is so important when you're expressing your feelings, thoughts, and emotions. Number four, when you're working in a team, communication is key. Remember to work together and find positive solutions to any problems. Number five, be polite when others are communicating with you. Use good listening skills. Great job, builders. Now let's get started going through today's schedule. First, watch this video about iMessages. Grab a yummy snack while you watch this video. During snack today, try to communicate with your family. Talk about something you normally wouldn't talk about. If you can't decide what to talk about, debate this topic. Is a hot dog a sandwich or not? Next, it's time to read it. Follow along as I read the book, My Mouth is a Volcano, or follow along with our second story. Third, It's time to turn a you message into an I message and think it. Think of a time that you felt an emotion. Create an I feel sentence for each. You can do it. Next, it's math. We're going to try some fractions. Younger kids will try picture fractions while using shapes. Older kids, you'll try to simplify fractions. After that, try our jumping to conclusions games or play Simon Says. Last, try our Craft It activity. We have to be clear in our communication with others. Take a second to write down the instructions for one of your favorite craft activities, whether it was something you learned to make yourself, something you learned in school, or something you learned while watching these videos. Make sure the directions are clear and the people can understand it from start to finish. Make the craft while you write the instructions, then show off your craft idea. All right, friends, remember to comment below if you have any questions and someone will be here to help you as soon as we can. I had a razzle-dazzle time with you today, my friends. I can't wait to see you all tomorrow. Thank you for joining us, and remember, keep on building.